It's the old school Stephen Covey, start with the end in mind. You got to know where you want to end up. You don't want to climb the ladder just to find out it was on the wrong wall. What do you want that to be? And I think one of the challenges for child-free folks is there's this natural, if I don't have kids, I need to replace it with something amazing. No, you can replace it with whatever you want. You get to choose. You also have family members that say, well, you don't have kids, so you got to leave it to my kids or whatever. Nope, you can leave your money to whoever you want. You can leave it to your dog. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want your legacy to be, you just need to figure out what it is.
Welcome to the Childfree Wealth Podcast, hosted by Bree and Dr. J, Certified Financial Planner. Here we discuss life and finances as it relates to being child-free. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please consult your advisor before implementing any ideas heard on this podcast.
Hey, Childfree Wealth listeners. We are back talking about my new book, The Childfree Guide to Life and Money. And we're finishing off part 1, Creating the Life You Want. We're talking about legacy. And if you haven't gotten the book yet, what are you waiting for? Order it on your favorite bookstore, in person, that little bookstore down the corner, or just go to the library, ask them to carry it. Whatever. Pick it up. Let's talk about legacy. And really, we're talking about this question of what happens when you're not leaving a genetic legacy. Kind of what's the point? What do you want to do with your money? What do you want to have that J-shaped hole at the end of the world look like when you leave? And it's one of those that I've been debating a lot myself, and I kind of poked in here in this life planning section about it. And I wrote this book a little over a year ago. I had to submit it. So I'll be honest, my legacy and my impact has shifted since I wrote it. So it's not like a final answer, but it is a target. So my wife and I have talked about what do we do with our money when we die? And our answer is our nephews get what's left over. If they get 10,000, 100,000, that's fine. If they get millions, we probably made a mistake. Because if we're in the 90s when we die, hopefully, and they're in their 60s, they probably don't need it then as much as they would need it now. So we've actually got some plans. We got some 529s for them, all that. Hopefully they're not listening, so they're not expecting the money. We're going to try to do what we call die with zero or wind down your wealth as part of our legacy. We're not trying to leave generational wealth to our family. Now, we're also going to give money to charities. My favorite is Undue Medical Debt. Used to be called RIP Medical Debt. It's a group that actually pays off people's medical debt, buys it when it's in collections. My wife will probably give hers to some dog charity or some animal charity. I don't know which one this week, but one of those. But that's what we're going to do with our money. Legacy is about more than money. It's about kind of what's the point? The money stuff's somewhat easier than kind of the big question. One of the exercises, and it's not in the book, so a little bonus, is the question about what do you want your obituary to say? So think about it this way. So if I had kids, the first line would say, blah, 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 I died at age, blah, 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 location. The second line would be, loving father of 3 leaves behind, something like that. Well, for child-free people, that second line, that's not going to be ours. What do you want your second line to be? And I've been kind of debating this. I'm working through this concept and working through it with clients. And mine will probably be something about loving husband, world traveler, author, and innovator. Something like that. Now, some of that I'm living now, and some of it is more aspirational. I'm not doing as much traveling as I'd like, but it gives me something to point towards. I can look at things and say, okay, is this improving my relationship with my wife, helping her? Is this helping me get more travel? Is this on that author or innovation? Yeah, by the way, I just wrote a book. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping those things go in that direction, but it's a way to see if your money and your financial plan, your life plan are going towards what you value. Now, I don't have the answer of what your legacy is going to be. I don't. And it doesn't have to be like that you're going to change the world. Doesn't have to be that you went to the highest peak, you went to the highest job, gave the most money. It just has to be, what do you want to make your impact? I was working with somebody who said, hey, I want my legacy to be that I had the best garden that had a positive impact on the community around it. That's awesome. Well, then the question is, well, are your finances going there? Is the rest of your plan going there? Are you going in the right direction? If you're single, you're a soloist, you might be able to focus a little straighter on that versus people that are in a couple or group. It might be a kind of a group legacy, or what are we doing individually? How does that balance? But you need to think about, what is the end? This is the old school Stephen Covey, start with the end in mind. You got to know where you want to end up. You don't want to climb the ladder just to find out it was on the wrong wall. What do you want that to be? And I think one of the challenges for child-free folks is there's this natural, if I don't have kids, I need to replace it with something amazing. No, you can replace it with whatever you want. You get to choose. You also have family members that say, well, you don't have kids, so you got to leave it to my kids or whatever. Nope, you can leave your money to whoever you want. You can leave it to your dog. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want your legacy to be, you just need to figure out what it is. If you want to go deep in, start with the obituary exercise. Write that second line. When I was first writing that, it's actually writing it for a future book, it took me hours to write those 4 words. I mean, I had different sets. I was playing around with it. They'll probably change in the future too. But it at least gives me a picture of what that is. I will say the debate about, do you want to pass on money to the next generation? Do you want to pass on money to charity? How do you want to do that? Is going to impact your financial plan. So take a minute to look at that, in addition to, what do you want to be known for? What do you want your stamp to be on the world?
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a rating or review. We'd love to keep the conversation going. Please let us know your thoughts wherever comments are available, or email us at media@childfreewealth.com. To stay up to date, find and follow Childfree Wealth on social media. If you're interested in working with us, learn more by visiting our website, childfreewealth.com. We'll see you next time.